I mean, what is this bit? I don't even know what this bit is. What's the bit?
Everyone has stopped listening. Let's actually play D&D now.
Can we cut all of this? And just come in right here when I said, can we cut all of this?
Yeah, that was pretty much all straight garbage. But yeah, this spider people, or speeple. I was just gonna run back the entire thing. Anyway, yeah, there's spider people.
I thought we were resting for the night or some shit.
Yeah, you're in a tree with a couple of spider people.
I immediately go to sleep so I don't have to look at them.
Alright.
Wow.
Just so that you know, they are staring.
I mean, I don't think they could do anything but stare.
They probably don't have eyelids. God, what if they did have eyelids?
They have eyelids.
Oh, I don't like this.
They got people eyes.
And spider
They got
eyes.
regular eyes.
But they just got 8 of them, right?
So we established, or we like sort of came up with the idea that with each passing day, the quote-unquote story resets for the indoctrinated spider people zombies, right?
I mean, we didn't come up with that. They just kind of fucking, like, told us that.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them a little bit about the Eternal Weaver. So here we go.
Okay. Which person are you gonna ask?
Can we memory check the names?
They didn't have names.
There was a male and female, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna ask the girl.
All right.
So, I know that you guys have been kind of broken free from that story for a bit, so I don't blame you if your memory's hazy.
Story?
Well, do you remember anything about an Eternal Weaver?
No.
Shit.
There we go. Next scene.
well, let me elaborate a bit. When we were in there,
Okay.
you can kind of communicate with us a little bit. They identified me as an Eternal Weaver, and it felt like there was some sort of narrative they wanted us to follow that I had some vague control over. And I'm wondering if there's a way that maybe you guys had any ideas on how we can construct that narrative to get what we want out of there.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, why not?
If you lie, everything reacts to it. It doesn't become a lie anymore.
She like got like a chicken bone stuck in her teeth or something.
Well, no. Remember, it said that she got like 2 big mandibles.
Oh,
like 2 big fangs.
Are you just sticking like hooking your cheeks with your fingers?
It's like
Kinda.
the Joker.
I'm talking like this.
I got my jaw forward, but no, yeah, she's got like 2 big fangs that like protrude out of her mouth.
Oh,
She's got fangs.
I could probably remove those if she wanted. You know,
Stop taking things off of people.
that's like Patton does that.
No, Elias,
Leave
you
it
do
to
that
the experts.
a lot more frequently than
I
Patton
thought
does
Elias
that.
was asleep.
I'm asleep, dude. I'm not looking at these fuckers. They offend me.
Well, maybe don't have in-character discussions.
That wasn't in character at all, dude.
Yeah, maybe shut the fuck up.
All right, fine.
That
Go to bed,
felt like
Mr.
you were
Man.
in character. So if we lie, everything reacts to it. But
Well,
can
it's
it
not that it reacts. It doesn't become a lie anymore.
You're not telling lies, you're telling truths. Alternate truths, if you will.
They believe it and they remember it. If you remember something, you think it's real.
Right. I remember that part of the remembering, and it was kind of hard to grasp. But when it came down to removing the wolf's eye, we met the most resistance that we encountered in there. They were not budging on that, no matter how we tried to create the story, no matter what reasons we came up with on how we had to get it out of there, perhaps even for their own safety or for the mission of the Eternal Weaver. They wouldn't let it go. It feels like something...
Something's keeping it in keeping this set up. It's keeping it set up in this way. for.
All right, I got this. I got this. Hey, I'm gonna turn to one of these people and hand them my flask.
What's this?
It's good. I'm gonna take a shot of it and then hand it over to her.
They don't have like a good way to get it in their mouth, so it just gets fucking everywhere.
No, she's got a hang of it. She just kind of had to like doesn't really like can't really like use her lips for it. She just kind of opens her mouth like a bit wider than is comfortable and just kind of like pours a shot down.
You got to fountain it.
Now, Jerry.
Oh, it's like the elven wine.
Yeah. Some dork wine. Now, Jerry, you and I are friends, right? If I ask you to help me out with something, you'd help me out?
You
Jerry-
can see. Are you currently holding the flask?
If it was handed back to me, then yes.
Yes.
Jerry thinks back to watching John save Lazarus instead of him. Sure, John.
Just you can see one of those small like little spidery style arms. Like she's got her arms at her side, but the little spidery arm is reaching for the flask.
I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna completely ignore it and continue to like gesture with the flask in my hand as I'm talking. Now,
It's kind of following the flask at this point.
now, if I asked you if I could cut out your heart, you'd probably resist that a little bit, right? Maybe not want me to do that.
She's going to
that's
like
fair.
get like you're gonna see that like look of like, dead-eyed look, stare. Yes.
It's just an example that he wouldn't actually do that. He would not
Oh.
actually do that.
No, but your heart is like the wolf's eye, though. They ain't gonna just let us take it.
That makes sense.
But is it their heart or is it something else's heart?
Well, out the way. Tomorrow we gonna rip it out of them, and I'm gonna take a shot.
So perhaps we need to, maybe instead of trying to mess with the story, perhaps get around it, if that's possible.
Because what we're trying to do, what our last attempt was to just like swoosh in their back. I'm just gonna end it right here. Just gonna snag this and leave, kind of ignoring everything else around us. So, are you saying that we should try and finagle a different? Because I'm thinking might work or might be effective in some way. Would be finagling in like an entirely separate, completely like opposite storylines. Two completely conflicting ideas to try and confuse it. You think that might help us up?
Perhaps like a smokescreen? Like a smokescreen kind of story to where they lose track of that wolf's eye and we don't make it the story?
Just so you know, you don't have to worry about killing any of them. They can't die.
Terrific.
Terrific.
Horrifying. I mean, snore.
Snort.
One of those times it was just like with this. I had a bit too much drink and we fell off a cliff.
I'm putting my flask back in my my jacket now.
So you remember the times that you died, but you don't
Yes.
remember... Huh. So, this Eternal Weaver story, you have no recollection of it at all, but you have recollection of other stories. That's very interesting.
Well, hang on. Trying to think. This stuff is strong.
Yeah, it'll put some hair on your... Well, maybe
When
not.
did you start talking about that story?
Well, I had some sort of connection to what I can only describe as a deep void
You're not
presence.
supposed to talk about that. So you know.
Well,
I'm just saying. I mean, snore.
Elias is having a lot of weird dreams.
well, I'm not telling them what I saw. I'm telling them like
Well,
what
I-
my state was.
I don't.
Right?
I'm not asking what. I'm asking when.
We encountered some of the more feral creatures in these woods, and I kind of
How long
co-opted.
ago? Like how many years ago?
Today.
You see the problem?
Oh. Okay, so you know how you do a thing where you like write in a book that somebody else already wrote, like in between the margins, right?
Yeah.
I already read the book. If you write something into the margins, I won't know that it was there.
And that makes sense, but I didn't come up with the Eternal Weaver. It was spoken to me.
Oh no, somebody else, whatever, I don't know, something wrote into the margins.
Oh.
It might not be you. It was you. It wasn't me. It's a combo or something.
That is extremely horrifying. I don't know who that could possibly be.
Some of the this is all nonsense because it didn't actually happen, but it did happen, but it didn't. But when I was a scholar of the magical variety, people would always say that, you know, everything is connected and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, assuming all of those things that I thought took a lifetime of study to learn are real, which isn't necessarily reasonable. It's probably unreasonable. Then it's like everybody thinks it, so it becomes real. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
I was right?
I think so.
Right enough. Speaking of right, so the idea of I'm still thinking about how they refuse to give up the wolf's eye because we need this thing. We need to sag this guy out.
I'm sorry, I know we said that we were going to trust you, but... And we reached out to you, but would you mind explaining why?
Let me roll something real quick.
You have to
Evens or
say
odds?
what it is. You can't do a secret roll.
He's just rolling a die.
I'm rolling a die to see if I'm going to tell him or not.
Is that... can he
Let
do that?
Patton do.
Yeah, I
Patton
mean, he's just
pulled
flipping
out a die
like,
and rolled
mentally
the die.
flipping a coin.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, rolling a
Mental
die in
conflict.
real life.
It's very in character.
I like to imagine Patton literally gets out a dice and
Yeah.
rolls to decide if he's going to do
Let me roll
something.
my dodecahedron.
I would imagine that he would just have one of those, like, crystal ball toys.
I'm going to shake my magic 8-ball.
Ask the genie. The genie says, maybe.
Hold on, it just said try again. One moment.
The genie says, genie needs batteries.
So I'm going to sort of lie. So this wolf's eye is a magically dense, old, straight up, old, not rock based magical fucker thing. And this is highly unstable, and it can cause a lot of damage. And we want to take it so that we can repurpose it so that it does not cause, like, you know...
Roll me a bluff check.
It's technically true. Alright, what's Patton's bluff?
Doesn't mean
Probably
you're
like
not
3.
bluffing.
Listen here,
Yeah,
buddy.
I'm not sure how magical fucker thing translates to dead spider person, but hey.
17 in total.
17 in total.
Oh no. That ain't gonna work though.
No, he's. I'm giving him a decent bonus on it because it's not like entirely bullshit. Let me just roll right here. Alrighty. Finish your ramble.
So what we intend to do is take this eye out of here and get it somewhere where it cannot cause as much damage.
He's gonna look at you. Gonna look at John. Look back at you. This is about that weird guy, isn't it?
Ah, fuck. I mean, snore.
Jerry's gonna
She's gonna say, Well, we're kind of the weirdest guys around here.
Jerry's gonna like slowly comb his hand back through his hair.
She's reaching for the flask again, but this time he's gonna like just kind of
It's
like
in my pocket.
pat her hand away from that.
So you're telling me? Are you telling me that Michael beat us here? That weird guy?
That was his name, yeah.
God damn it!
What did he do while he was here?
Jerry punches the wall.
That's a tree, dude.
He gave us this weird book.
Oh, fuck.
Talked about a lot of things. He was pretty nice, but he seemed really angry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You have us to thank for that part. The angry part.
He wouldn't tell us what was going on, but he said that the things that were happening to us were happening for a reason, and to just keep doing what we were doing, and that everything would be fine. Here, let me get it. He's going to skitter up the wall a little bit, push on a part of the tree.
Is a
gonna
secret
rotate.
compartment for his Bible?
Well,
Probably.
a lot of stuff is gonna rattle out of there.
Okay. I was gonna say normally the Bible is a secret compartment for something else.
Yeah, there's gonna be like some various little weapons and like a couple of half-empty bottles of some wine that they very clearly stole from some of the elves or found.
I appreciate that elf scouts just carry wine on them.
Oh, of course they do. It's part of their field ration.
It's true.
Fancy bastards.
I mean, snore.
My field ration is 90% Jello shots.
I thought Patton just kind of filled his mask with bird seed and like acorns.
He mushes it in there. It's like, you know,
Gonna
those
make a
Play-Doh
joke
things where
about-
make spaghetti?
He's gonna like pat it off. There's like some webs and stuff on it. This one,
Alright, Patton's gonna take this book that's probably the Bible.
that it is.
Is it the Bible or is it the Bible?
It is a classic, good old King James version.
The true version.
You been reading it?
So Patton's gonna flip through the Bible real quick.
Some I can't really read it very well.
There's some good wisdom in there if you can get through it.
The words don't make sense. I don't know what half of them mean.
Did Patton find anything weird in the book as he was flipping through it from cover to cover?
No.
Not even
The
a bookmark.
the weird thing is that the entire book of Revelations is gone. Just like ripped out.
That's pretty ominous, John.
Yeah. It's pretty ominous.
Do either of you make that known to them?
I
That-
mean,
The section's been ripped out entirely.
I mean,
A
we
pretty-
say what we said, I assume.
John would probably be the only one who actually knew what was there. I just noticed a bunch of torn out pages. That I thought was just like how they treat, like how I treat my own journal, where I just rip pages out and like glue them to walls and shit.
Well, I think it would be fair to like say Patton would have some idea of what the Book of Revelations would be. Just like not the Patton character, but somewhere deep down there, you'd be like, "Huh, there should be something else here."
You know, there's something else here.
The woman is going to grab the book, stand up on a table, and go, "Yea, ye shall walk, and part of the flock of the Lord, and I shall name ye Adam and Eve, and ye shall be the first of your kind." Is that about that? That's about how he sounded, right?
Yeah, about that. Was that what
Yeah,
he
about
was
that.
yammering on about?
Yes.
When did he leave? Do you remember?
She's gonna kind of look, like tilt her head a bit.
Clicks through her desktop.
Yeah, just like mentally.
It's okay. I do that a lot. Take your time.
time is weird with us, and I don't mean in like a ooh, we're jumping through time. I just mean like it's hard to tell. When she's gonna look up again. Several thousand years old in terms of memories, a day doesn't feel like a day.
I can relate.
Well,
So maybe somewhere between 3 and 14 days ago.
That's a good range.
Jerry's gonna like think. How much time, John Patton? Do you think we lost any time in that little portal jump we did?
I mean, we lost a lot of time a while back. We were already running pretty far
Well-
behind due to actions that were not, anyone's fault.
Oh, no, they were definitely your fault, but it was only like 3 or 4 days, so not too bad there. I've got like 2 days on my ledger, so we've all got some blame to share. Wild Hogs notwithstanding. I'm just saying, like, whenever I forced our car through the portal into the walking city, do you think we like lost a lot of time?
I
wouldn't
mean,
know.
it is like fey elf nonsense. So I mean, it is possible.
Because him removing the Book of Revelations and it being 2 weeks, this is obviously well after this whole relic chase started.
Please don't take my perception of time as fact.
Well, compared
No,
to
you did good.
Is not accurate or reliable.
but what really bugs me is,
All
And-
these
and-
spiders.
and forgive me for being sort of crude, but the fact that he didn't murder you is puzzling. Because here, look at this.
Not really.
The way that he explained it, he said that we were the way that we were for a reason, that we had been blessed, that we were to be the first of our kind for generations to come, and then started going on about some very, very weird talk about being fruitful and multiplying, and I mean, no.
Yeah, definitely awkward. I don't blame you
Very.
for not
It's
pursuing
entirely
that.
possible.
Feeling is mutual.
Oh, go ahead, John.
Oh, go ahead now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were saying something.
I was saying something. It's entirely possible after what?
I thought you were just not gonna say it.
Yeah.
I was saying something. Sits down. Kicks sand a little bit. I was saying something.
Okay. It's entirely possible. After Michael tries to end the world, he thinks they're going to inherit it.
Well, I would say consider yourselves blessed in more than one way, because if you look at this exhibit here, Zep, do you have a Tiatwaki? Just that one clip of him turning someone into dust and absorbing them.
Yeah. I think I got that one on speed dial here.
Yeah, just look at that. That's more of his MO. So,
Oh yeah, we definitely saw that. He did that to a couple of people.
Ooh.
oh,
A couple of people just like you guys?
Well, yeah. I mean, they were fine though.
Oh, right, because they were
After
inside,
he
inside
left.
the sphere of.
After he left.
They weren't like outside like you guys, right? I think I got this right. I think I got this down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
If,
Good, cleared it
if
up.
somebody dies, they just kind of. Everybody acts like they're dead, but when everybody's gone, they just get back up and they're a different person.
I can relate.
She's gonna look at you with like a. Wait, really?
Yeah, I get that.
I guess is there anything else that you guys want to clear up before we try try to infiltrate round 2 to try and get this eye?
Well, yeah, you didn't really explain what you wanted. It has something to do with him, but we don't know what it is. What do you need it for? That whole thing where we said we understand what you're talking, your mission and sympathize with it and all of that, that was a bluff. You guys were in trouble, and honestly, after we saw what you could do, we thought that you could help. The thing with those gloves.
My gloves?
My gloves. You don't even have fancy gloves. Get out of here.
Yes, I do. My gloves are totally fancy.
My gloves are way fancier.
Well, I'm not going to get into a glove measuring contest with you, John, but my
That's
gloves
because
are...
you lose.
Oh, what a... Jerry's just going to stumble over his words and just stop.
John is very proud of these gloves.
Sean's hands
Very
are
cool.
definitely bigger than Jerry's.
What do you want to do with John's gloves? I'm a bit out of the loop here.
Well, I think I can free these people. That's kind of why I wanted Patton to make me a plague doctor mask.
We don't really. It's not like we care about our people and if you know that guy. What was his name? Elias. His people. Those the elves that we thought we were. Well, not really. Sometimes we said elves, sometimes we said Eldrin. I think it doesn't matter.
Oh, trust me, it doesn't.
They're very big on helping people just because you look alike. Or not liking people because you look alike. Or not liking people because you don't look alike. It's a lot about looks. But I can remember what it was like to be a spider running on the floor eating things that I caught. And then I remember being a magic researcher, and then I remember being a criminal. We've done a lot of things, and the more things that you do, the harder it is to then stop doing those things once you realize that it was all fake. And if we can break out just randomly, or maybe it wasn't random, I don't know. Your enemy said that it wasn't random, that we were chosen. Which, let me tell you, that sounds like nonsense.
It might be. We'll just have to wait and find out.
We just kind of stumbled into the realization that our lives were a lie. That nothing was real. And that nothing we did mattered. And you can imagine how well that turned out for us in the short term. Hint, not well. So, the longer this goes on, probably more people are going to break out of it. And when they do, they're going to lose their minds. And that's going to be dangerous. Because, I mean, look at this. And she's going to hold her hand up and just, going to extend a little icicle. And there's going to be some fire inside of the icicle. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. I don't even know how it isn't melting. I can just kind of do this.
She's got all these fucking terrifying, extreme magical abilities. I love it.
So, imagine a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 or so of people all doing that. And I remember how to do that because at one point I was the best wizard. And I still remember how to do it, and it still works. So it was real. So the more that they do, the more things you're going to know how to do, and some of them are going to be really dangerous. And more people are going to be, and some of those people are going to be really dangerous.
So what were you saying, John? About like the gloves or something? It's been a bit. There was something special about John's gloves. It's been like real life months.
Yes, you could sever people's connections to weird magic shit.
Okay.
He's got to grab the eye.
They're like nullifications. They like nullify shit.
That's what I was thinking. Sleepy Elias, Sleepy Gary.
I mean, snore.
He's got one of those little sleep caps. The little ball just keeps like popped out in front of his face. Becky keeps batting it.
Does he have one of those like face masks that he wears over his eyes?
Oh, probably.
I mean,
would Elias have a sleep mask? Elias has a fucking sleep mask, doesn't he?
Yeah, Elias probably can't sleep unless it's like pitch black.
So perhaps we re-enter the story, and this time John's the main character.
I don't like the idea of messing with the story.
Well, I think I am going to pose as a doctor and try and free some of these people, and we're just going to take it slow, see what happens, and maybe we'll be able to grab the wolf's eye. That's my plan.
Again, I'm convinced that you're good people since you just kind of agreed to do that with no promise of reward or really anything in it for yourselves.
Well, helping people is its own reward. So I get that.
He's gonna turn and look at you, just kind of like with a. And here, let me just.
Rolling die to look.
Yeah, he's looking at you. I have said those exact words before, and I was lying through my teeth. And you're not.
Yeah.
John's good people. We're all good people. No. Most of us good people. At least 75% good people.
He's going to kind of look down. Kind of look at his hands. Clench them. Unclench them.
I imagine he's not able to like fully clench one hand because he's got like the talons on him and shit.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Honestly, I don't care what you do with it.
Now, I'm going to have to ask something of you here because, like you guys were saying, things might get pretty hectic here between Fairy Tale Land and, well, what you guys have been experiencing. Do you think two of you could help shepherd these people back into some semblance of living normally?
You mean after they get freed?
Hopefully, yes.
I can try. She will probably just run off into the woods.
You know?
You two don't really like each other, do you?
No, that's just how he is. He's just being grumpy.
A grumpy Gus.
As much as I'd like to stick around, we will have to get going here. And I'm going to need someone to stay behind and, keep things in order, make sure no one gets hurt and nothing gets too crazy. So it's going to have to fall on your shoulders.
The only other request that I have from you specifically. I've had a lot of names and none of them mean anything to me anymore. You're the first person that I've met who has said something that genuinely selfless with no hint of malice whatsoever. What would your people call someone like me?
What? Hang on a second.
You gotta think of a cool name. Bob.
I mean, I don't know.
Peter. If you want to be all Jesus-y, call him Peter.
Okay, I'll call him Peter.
And the other one is Patricia.
Not calling him Patricia.
It's a good thing Pat's not allowed to name him.
I guess, Peter would suit you just fine.
Oh, it's apostles. I'm fucking stupid.
Come
What
on,
did you
Tad.
think it was?
Please.
Did you think, hey Lois, remember that time I was a spider person?
Fuck.
Wait, did you not get that? Oh my god.
Listen, guys, we're in a fantastical Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Let's focus right now, okay?
You're killing me, Tad.
You're
I'm
silly.
literally dying, Tad.
I have but one request. You're the first person that we've ever talked to who has said words like that without a hint of malice in them whatsoever. I'm astonished and in awe of you. If I could, I would just kiss your feet. like a little baby. I'm sorry, I'm being mean. Could I have her name too, please?
Someone feed me another name.
God damn it.
Whoa!
Ricardo.
No, shut the fuck up, Matt.
Did you just say Jesus?
No, I
Said
I
Lois.
said Lois.
Oh, okay.
Always.
Give him Jesus, too.
It wouldn't be Mary Magdalene.
No.
No, it wouldn't be anything significant.
Someone feed me a cool Bible name.
Give him, Zebedee. That's one
What?
of them, right?
What?
Listen, I'm not like a Jesus. Name him Thaddeus, because that sounds
Listen,
like Tad. Or
Tad,
something.
I've had enough of your damn Homestuck references.
No. Okay, if you want to get fucking Homestucky, John is the main character of Homestuck, so you better
I
fucking...
literally didn't think about this at all, but Ruth would be a good one.
Ruth makes sense.
I genuinely didn't think of this at all, and this was 100% a classic reversal of the, well, what's the name of the town?
Huh?
What's the bartender's
you did
name?
it.
Hey, I picked up this cool rock.
Hey, can we
What's
talk
the name
about
of this rock?
Name of the Wind?
Can't
Yes,
think
we
of
can
one.
do that.
Bitch!
I'm gonna go with Ruth. I say to her.
Ruth. That is kind of hard for me to say.
I
Well,
just realized that.
He's gonna, the Peter is going to laugh a bit.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I hate
Oh,
both
if I'm
of
being
you.
honest, everything is
So
a little
much.
bit hard for me to say. I mean, I've got these gigantic fangs. He got lucky. He awoke to the startling reality that everything was a lie and bullshit, and he looks normal.
I mean,
Yeah.
we do have a doctor here. Patton, you think you could help her out at all?
Oh, I could give her some manageable mandibles, if that's what she's looking for.
Holy shit!
Fucking God. How long have you been sitting on that?
Literally just came up with it now. I had something in
Yeah.
my notes, but I forgot to save it, and I also threw my phone. I yeeted my phone on my bed, so I just don't have them. It's off the cuff, baby.
No, that was an off the cuff name.
Gee, that's ridiculous.
I just
How do
I
you
just
do
dabbed.
this? You should be like a bad stand-up comedian. Like, that's not enough of a bit to be a good one, but that's enough of a bit to be like a mediocre to bad one.
I'll push you down a well.
They want to murder you in the well. It says right here on this card.
Yes, thank you, Norm.
That's a Norm Macdonald reference.
Norm Macdonald.
Very
Norm
cool.
Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald is canon. Oh yeah, many of the bad comedians are canon in the Revival universe.
All of them are.
Did you
What-
just call Norm Macdonald a bad comedian?
No, but the way I said that sentence does sound like that, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Shut up, nerd.
Fuck you. Moving on. I mean, snore. I'm the only one who's gonna get a full rest. You guys are gonna go into the combat without your action point, but I'm gonna have it because I've been.
I'm gonna
sleeping
kick
through this
Elias
shit.
awake so we can tell him the plan.
God damn it!
Rude. Okay, so we're gonna cut in. It's like, please don't get rid of them entirely. I still kind of like the it's kind of spidery, and I kind of like that. It's kind of hard on my identity at this point, and taking it away entirely would be kind of like, I don't know. You should be like him without the hat.
Gonna adjust my hat.
He gets it.
So I'm sorry. I've been trying to sleep through the night. I thought we agreed on that. Are we doing something here or?
Elias wakes up to see Patton like hunched over the person's face with like a bunch of metal and wires setting the thing up.
See, it's funny because you just woke up and I'm about to go to sleep.
Sure is funny.
That's funny.
That's a good joke. Anyway,
These are really strong. And then she's gonna fall asleep.
So I assume you were all up for some sort of reason or purpose. Are we going to get this wolf's eye, or what's going on? I'm tired of these this woods, these spider people.
They're doing facial reconstruction surgery.
just some
on my
minor
friend.
cosmetic surgery, nothing to worry about. I didn't know they were going to start on it right now, but I mean, middle of the night's best time for cosmetic surgery, I always say.
Yes. Okay. Can we sort of hurry this along? Maybe.
I'm going as fast as I can.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me a heal check for fun.
For fun!
That's a pretty impressive drill noise.
22, and I'm gonna use my memory of 1,000 lifetimes. So,
Ooh.
24 in total.
24 in total. All right. So Patton goes into the zone, and by that I mean you got
Like
like mouth
auto
open,
zone.
and then starts to work, and he just starts saying shit like, "So what have you been doing for work? Yeah, you getting any travel in recently?"
He's a fucking dentist now.
Fucking dentist.
Yeah, the missus and I, we haven't really been able to get out much. You know how she is. Anyway, please, spit into the cup. Into the cup?
Nurse drill. No, the bigger drill.
He is pulling the tools out himself. So Patton's doing that for a bit.
Patton's wearing one of those dental masks over the beak. It's just pierced right through.
Nice to meet you. So anyway, we got these gloves. I think I've been using them to sever some sort of weird esoteric connection. And we think that we can help sever the rest of the people over in Fairyland from the wolf's eye.
Is this
And-
the extent of the plan that's been developed while I was trying to sleep?
You want to come up with the better one? I'd
No,
really like you
you
to
could
come up
have
with a
let
better
me
one.
sleep. That would have taken 5 minutes.
Okay, but
Well,
then we're going to
also
grab
had
the
a
wolf's
nice
eye.
discussion about your friend or enemy, explicit enemy. I'm really not sure why I said friend. I'm sorry for being so antagonistic.
He's just a little lost right now, but I'm sure he'll come back.
Yeah, we were talking about why you needed the wolf's eye.
Oh, we need a strong magical catalyst.
Right, and the specifics of that elven friend of yours showing up and talking a bunch of nonsense to me and my friend here.
Oh, he's...
Oh, by the way, excuse me, and he's going to look very smug. Reach out a hand. The name's Peter. Nice to meet you.
Oh, is this a new thing now? Did he get a name?
I think names are very important.
I shake his hand. Yes, well, Elias, pleased to make your acquaintance. Now,
Likewise. Or, I'm sorry, is it a cultural thing to say howdy, or...
no, that's just John.
Oh, okay.
Now, I believe you were asking about the purpose of the wolf's eye? Yes, well,
We already pretty much established it. We don't need to retread on
oh, excellent.
previous grounds. I think they woke you up to talk about how you guys were going to do that.
Well, I assume we'll stroll into town. ignore everyone and everything because none of it makes any sense, and they all attempt to get us wound up in some sort of self-fulfilling quasi-magical storyline, and we'll just, take the thing by force.
I'm gonna look really smug. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
That won't work. We've tried that, but not to get the exact thing, but the more that you don't play into it, here, let me... Okay. You're a man of science, right?
Well, I disagree
I
with
used
your
to be
inflection, but yes.
Well, I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm saying that that's not the term that we used. I used to be basically the same thing as you at one point. Sorry, that it always just kind of gives me a headache trying to remember these things. So I get your thought process on this, but you know how if you, say, find a new plant or new magical formula thing, how if you don't call it something, somebody else can, and they can just call it whatever they want?
You're talking about disagreements in classification systems.
Or credit.
Ah, well,
You know,
yes.
if you don't claim credit for finding something, somebody else can find it and claim credit, and then it's your word versus theirs.
That's why I have so many patents pending.
Smart man.
Nurse the hammer.
Clang, clang, clang. Yes, well, I could see how that might be an issue. You're inferring...
In the same way, if you don't interact with them at all, it gives whatever they think of you becomes what everyone thinks of you, becomes reality.
Well, then we're left with basically no options other than playing along and brute force, which I'm perfectly capable of and comfortable with.
Yes?
The wolf's eye seems to be a nexus. I would assume that any attempts to modify the their internal magical logic will be resisted with extreme force as soon as we attempt to wrest control of the wolf's eye from them. So any sort of playing along at that point becomes rather moot.
Right. You have to play along up until the point where you make a very decisive move. That's how we've managed to do things.
And that's where John comes in with his gloves, and we'll take the eye and basically walk out with a strong show of
The one
force.
thing that you have to worry about is, like we said, they can't die.
Oh, this is news to me. They just come back? How long does it take for them to come back? Because depending on how long it takes, this would make things a lot easier.
You've already seen it. Or you did. Looks at Patton.
When that guy, well, he fell into the water. We didn't see him.
No. He's talking about the guy, remember? He blew up. And then everybody else looked away. But you were still looking at him.
Yeah,
And he just
yeah,
got up
that's
and jumped into the canopy.
Yeah, it's like, it's pretty soon.
Well, okay, but what if you render them incapable of moving? Like into ash.
Doesn't
How
matter.
long does it take for them to come back from that?
You can't see it happen. He could, which is strange and scary.
Pointing at Jaron?
But
No, he means Michael.
No, pointing
at Michael. He's right over there.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's pointing at Patton. You were looking right at them and they still did it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things going on over here.
The important thing isn't that you kill the body, it's that you kill the person. The same person doesn't come back. They're a new person.
Person
So,
A will have to come back as person 1.
They will not come back as the same person. that previous person is
A
gone.
to person 1 to person alpha to person whatever. Not the same one.
Yes. So that's we can help with that. If we can't go in personally because we're too connected. They immediately figure out who we are, and it rejects us. But if you run into anybody that you need to have, well, I guess killed isn't the right word.
Discontinued.
Changed, we can do that. We can help with that. To the best of our
change
ability.
what that person is?
Well, yeah, by killing them.
Oh, okay. Okay, just making sure we're clear.
I don't really have any hang-ups about doing that. I mean, full disclosure, one of my lives was kind of as basically a psychopath.
Yes, well, I'm not sure that the, regular bands of morality apply in this sort of situation. If what you're implying is everything is sort of a continuous refreshing of memories and intertwined.
I mean, I still remember all of the times that I died, and they feel real, and the pain is real, and
That's
when they snap out of it, they're still going to remember those things as though they happened. So it's not like it's just fine to go around killing them, but it's not the same as just killing somebody.
well, that's slightly debatable, but in the interests of time, we'll sort of.
Well, I mean, the fact that when we snapped out of it, we remembered a series of distinct people that didn't exist at the same time. That's the big one, is that none of the memories that I have are of like people who interacted with each other, which then means that I am me.
Well, in a matter of speaking, yes. But I kind of think that this whole situation rather falls outside the normal moral constraints, so
You
stay mad. Stay mad. It fits perfectly.
I am mad. I'm incredibly mad. I'm so mad.
Smugly
I'm
take
mad.
a sip. This is what it's like when I make a Homestuck reference.
It is. Now you know how
That
it feels.
was a culture reference for anyone listening.
Shut the fuck up.
Back to the plot.
What's left of it?
But anyway, just when you're in there, if you run into any problems, let us know. We'll have like a signal or something, like a mirror.
We're just
Like
hand
flash a
them
mirror
radio.
and he's gonna look down at the radio. What is
Just
this?
press that button and we'll be able to talk to you.
Going to press the button.
And then I sub-vocalize with the implant thing that connects to the radio. Like I said, we'll be able to talk
He's
to you.
going to put his finger off of the radio, press it again, look down at his hands. I spent decades of one of my past lives figuring out ways to talk to people with magic. Like decades.
Well, maybe it felt like decades, but that's sort of all inside of a miasma of half real, half imagined, fake continuities.
You get the idea. I'm saying that it's... I understand that it's fake, but it's still the same visceral feeling of having something that seemed impossible that you worked tirelessly to perfect and prove non-impossible entirely invalidated.
Well, now you can work on something else.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with these mirrors?
Make lovely interior decorations.
I mean, radios just allow you to talk to things. They don't allow you to see distances. So, I mean, you still got that,
Patton
right?
Patton knows for damn sure that we can send images back and forth. You're just lying to make him feel better.
Right. Well, we'll use this then to do that. Just what word do you use when you talk about using this sort of thing? Like all.
Oh, that's a
You?
radio.
Okay. I'll radio you?
Yeah, that's
Now you
generally
got
the
it.
idea.
You just use the name.
Oh, you could
of it
say
as
radio
the-
or call.
Okay, call. That
You
makes
can kind
more-
of call it whatever. I mean, it doesn't really have feelings.
Trying to pet me. You're just being mean.
I'm
now.
gonna set the frequency to 6.12.
Shut up.
That's a Homestuck number.
I'm assuming it's a Homestuck number.
It's a Homestuck number, isn't it?
I'll never
Well.
tell.
Can I ban you
Uh,
from this chat?
From life.
Ruth will be fine, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine she wouldn't be. Wow. She'll be fine, right, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, she's all wired up and ready to go. I mean, she'll be in good shape. I mean, I didn't have like strong enough steel, so I kind of used some webs for the material there. But I mean, yeah, she's perfectly fine once she wakes up.
Right. Well, if you run into any problems of any people that you need to have changed, call us, and we'll kill them.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. We're sort of running out of time here, so
Right. We'll do this in the morning.
you kicked me to wake me up for this bullshit for no reason.
You're good at making plans. I'm good at doing cowboy stuff. And cowboys aren't good at plans.
All right. But it's morning.
Specky has a cup
McDonald's
of
window.
Specky coffee. It's a coffee mug that has Mrow written on it.
No, it's meow, meow, meow. Very clearly, live, laugh,
Live,
love.
laugh.
You try to talk to Specky, he puts up one like tendril. Don't talk to me until I've had my Specky coffee.
Right, but anyway, it's morning. You guys are going to awake to
Screaming.
Ruth has assembled all of those discarded hand mirrors into a mirror. And is just inspecting those new small, I'm assuming you gave her like little titanium fangs that still work as fangs. She's just inspecting those and looks very happy about it. Peter is currently polishing a small compound crossbow. Or like doing whatever maintenance you do to a compound crossbow. I don't know what the hell you do with a compound crossbow. I ain't never fired one before. It's got gears and stuff. You probably need to lubricate them and put some grease on. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. Don't judge me. There's been some amount of movement. Things don't look good out there. Today might not be a good day.
Well, we don't really have the luxury of time at this point.
From the quick scouting that I did, that person that I think they called him Frumar, that's left a pretty big impact on these new people. They aren't letting people in. They aren't letting people out. The entire architecture and everything has changed to be a lot more closeted. People seem to be going on hunts for those like Frumar. They're using some weird term for that I don't understand. It's some old elven thing. Yeah, they've got the cursed ones is about the best way I could think to translate that they're hunting. So you can probably make this work, but they're going to be more hostile than normal.
All right. I think that even so, we should press forward.
Just come up with some sort of idea of how you can get in despite them basically sealing the entire place off.
I guess we
All
could
right,
just.
Patton, it's go time. And I'm going to hand Patton my hat.
So are we?
I will assume my traditional role is journalist this time around, considering I'm not plugged into the void any longer.
I don't think they know
And
what
I-
a journalist is.
They're about to.
He's
I'm a herald, a
bard.
squire.
I mean, to my understanding, you could just walk up there and go, "Hey, I'm a journalist," and then you're a journalist.
All right. So what's the game plan? Let's get this out here on Patton's like mini chalkboard. John's gonna get my hood. He's gonna get
Patton, I need a doctor mask.
the shawl and like the mask. I got to make some modifications because John's got a way wider head than I do. Then I've got the cowboy hat. It's too big for me, so it kind of goes down across my eyes.
You could just go in and say that you guys are hunting down the cursed ones. Oh. Also. Idea or information. One of the two. I actually also heard them talking about Idra. And I know who that is, or the idea of them. I don't think they ever actually really existed, probably. And for Elias, the second you hear Idra, yeah, you know who that is. She's gonna go on a little spiel. They were the source or like the goddess of the Eldrin immortality.
Oh, fantastic.
So she's not an elf. I think she was supposed to be a human, but she was favored by one of the gods and given like these berries that she had to eat, and if she ate them, she would live forever. And these two elven parents, they had a kid who was an immortal, and they wanted him to be immortal, so they wanted to steal that immortality. He was like sick or something like that, so they kill her. And then the blood like wounds show up on the kid. And so now he's like a walking manifestation of like the theft of elven immortality. It's the sort of thing that they're talking about. Like they've got like little statues of her with like a knife through her. And they're talking about Frumar's parents being like god slayers. And for you, this is the old ass like racist origin story for Drow.
Oh,
Nice.
Like your racist uncle at Thanksgiving would start talking about this sort of thing, and it's like that didn't actually happen. There was no that's nonsense, right? And now they're just talking about it.
yes. Well, that's a largely apocryphal story, generally speaking.
I mean, it's pretty apocryphal considering they got statues of her.
Don't think that's how that word works.
Well, I don't know how that word works exactly, Elias. So
You're
I'll
a journalist. You should know how the word apocryphal works.
No, I'm a journalist. I use tiny words for tiny brains.
Such as yours.
Exactly, John. Hey, wait a minute.
Yes, well,
So that's just the thing that you can maybe use to your advantage. Also, it's really nice being able to breathe again. Thank you.
I hear breathing's kind of nice.
It is. It really is.
all right. I'll keep that in mind.
So that's just the thing. So that if they start talking about that you aren't, saying who's Idra and then getting killed.
Idra, I hardly knew her.
I don't think that will be an issue, but thank you for the information, and let's get going quickly before this spirals any further out of control.
John, can I hold your guns?
I will let you have one gun if you let me have your wooden stick for keeping people away.
I want the
So
revolver.
let me get this straight. You made another plague doctor mask for John?
No, he refitted his plague doctor mask because we're in a mana dense area, so he won't suffocate.
For some reason.
And then he'll refit it again And I,
Seems like
Yeah,
a
I
lot
mean,
of
like,
work.
I would like to think that I could just refit the hat to make it fit Patton's head, but he's just wearing it oversized.
Yes. Okay.
Because now I'm mysterious. Goes down over my eyes, and it rests on my beak.
We'll be watching. Call us on the radio, and identify the target that you want us to eliminate when you want us to eliminate them.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that. But we'll raid you if we have any trouble.
Okay.
Be careful out there. They can't die, but I assume that you can.
Well, we'll find out.
All right,
That's the
boys.
spirit.
Let's go. I mean, partners.
All right. So as you guys are getting out of that like more dense thicket area, and start to see that clearing again with the big tower. Yeah, the architecture of that big old tower has changed very heavily. Now it's all like dark and jagged with like what looks like a bunch of obsidian spikes. It's menacing. There's dudes in watchtowers. You know, they got like searchlights going even though it's daytime. And you can see fires in the city from a ways away.
Like buildings on fire.
Maybe. You can't really tell. They've got those huge ass ramparts, but they got like people on the ramparts, and the drawbridge is up.
So I don't think we can simply walk into this place.
I'm going to walk forward. The name was Edra, correct?
Edra.
Yeah. I'm going to...
Good afternoon, fellows. Fuck Idra, am I right? Anyway.
I'm going to stroll forward and walk up to the drawbridge and call out in like a heraldry kind of voice. Followers of Idra, I bring you tidings from the Underdark.
Oh, so the drawbridge is going to slam down. Like you're going to hear,
boy.
open the gates!
Close the gate. Open the gate a little.
Open the gates a little. I know that meme.
As it's going to come down, and you're going to see some dudes on some horses and some spiders come out, riding out. You're going to see a man in some very, very spooky looking armor, like all dark and jagged, with one of those big old tall hats. Not really a top hat, just kind of like pointy-ish. He is going to whip out a big old spear pointed at you. Identify yourself.
I call on the radio and tell him to kill him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I've had it with this song and dance bullshit. I just wanted the
I'm sorry,
drawbridge
what?
open.
There's multiple.
Now, hold on.
There's multiple people in that entourage. Just so
How
you
many
know.
people?
I'm talking like 12.
12?
Yeah,
Like, they're not going to come out here with enough people to lose a fight to us.
and they're in the middle of the fucking area. Like
We're not
They
even
aren't-
near the wolf side
they
yet.
aren't threatening you. They're just asking for identification.
What the fuck, Elias?
It's standard. It's standard paranoid procedure.
Okay, I
You
thought
can
he was
shoot
like,
him if you want, but like, Jesus, dude.
they're not real people.
I don't know about that.
They're bureaucrats, John. He doesn't respect them.
Don't respect. They're spiders, John. I don't respect them.
She's just
Fine.
saying.
Roll it back because I didn't realize there was that many people.
Also, there are people on the walls. There are people.
Yeah.
We're not even
a
inside the
fortress.
city.
We would have gotten there eventually. But let's just say all this screaming is going on the radio. Like, no, don't do that.
Just like Columbus. Oh, he get the bloodlust.
John and Pat are furiously checking the usernames in the chat, making sure it's Elias saying this and not Jerry.
She's like, this is very
All
out
right.
of character.
Fine. He says identify. I'll just say. Fine. He rolls up and says, "Identify yourself." I'm going to stare him
Yes.
in the eye, and then pull out the knife, the opening a door knife. Stab it into my chest.
Ooh.
Make a little door, and sort of open it so that it'll look like a opening to a vast empty, and I am one who follows Idra.
Fuck. Okay.
He's going to pull the spear back up. These are dark days.
And I bring dark tidings.
Jesus Christ.
I've had it with this shit, Jerry. I've had it.
He's going to nod his head solemnly and motion for you guys to follow them.
See, I'm going to look back at them, at John wearing a plague doctor's mask incorrectly, and Patton with this big cowboy hat, and just look like I've just fucking had it, and we're doing this my way.
I didn't even get to do like a fake bounty hunter thing. I had a cool name, and I was gonna make myself look really cool, and fucking none of this. I just kicking rocks.
As you're probably already aware, Frumar has returned with his dark followers.
Indeed.
He who could not have immortality?
Seeks it for his own hand.
Correct.
Just making up shit.
Even now they walk among us, watching, plotting. What news do you bring? As you guys are walking back.
What the fuck is that guy's name that you just said? I've completely forgot. I can't remember names.
He didn't give
I
you
know,
one.
not his name.
Frumar?
That's a stupid name to say. How do you say that? Say it again. Frumar?
Frumar?
Yes.
Okay. It sounds like an off-brand, like, fruit snack.
He kind of
Yes.
do.
It's not Welch's, it's Frumar. Back into the heraldry voice. As you know, Frumar's spies walk the woods, cavorting with men's eyes, and I've lost my train of thought. This isn't. I can't do this.
Someone in character might want to bail
Yeah.
him out.
Walking with men's eyes. ... And I allow somebody else to pipe up.
So these guys are aligned with this, like, the one person.
Basically a vampire.
Okay.
The old ass origin story that they just gave you is that, you know, the first drow was actually a human who like gets immortality stolen. Like stolen immortality, and then gets forever marked with the pure blood of the demigod and all that
That's
shit.
some like straight up Book of Mormon shit.
And that's why they. Oh yeah, and that's why they got the whole, like, you know, obsidian skin thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, that's like straight
Blood
from
soaked.
the Book of Mormon, though.
Is it?
Yes.
Nice.
You don't remember that? That's like literally right in the Book of Mormon for why Native American skin is red.
Wait, seriously?
They-
That's fucked
yeah.
up.
Yeah, they
If you're a
killed...
good enough Christian, your skin turns white again.
Wait, that's fucked up.
You didn't know that?
Wow.
I didn't know the details. No. As you guys go in, you are also going to see that, like, they got, you know, there's a decent amount of corpses, like on some gibbets and shit like that. You know, there's like in the center, there's like a dude in a cage who's getting, you know, like rocks and shit thrown at him. And he's got that whole, like, obsidian skin meme going on.
Jerry does not care anymore.
I'm going to send, like, through our radio thing, like, none of this is real. Don't bother getting upset about anything.
And that's why Jerry doesn't care anymore. Sense of empathy removed. No friends to be found.
So, it's true then that they sent spies into their lair. And
Indeed.
it was you. And you've returned. What did you find?
We found many things. We found those who would stalk Idra's followers, pretending to be them. And I see you've captured one there.
Yes, this one was in the midst of one of his dark sacraments for their hideous queen, someone above Frumar himself.
This is a dark tiding. I bring back from the Underdark one of Frumar's sacred relics stolen from Idra, and I hold out the knife. The blade that cut.
The blade that also opened.
He's going to look at it. Sheath that wretched thing.
And then I of course, I do like one of those flurries to like cover it with a cloth kind of thing. I only show it in the light so that you may know that our story is true.
Of course, brother.
Elias is super pissed. I hate this.
And he does like one of those ceremonial. He does one of those like ceremonial high elven like bow things. Like one of those ones that you would get taught in like old school formality class and all of that stuff. Like real white glove shit.
Yeah, this is like thematically, this is like Elias being forced to act out an extremely racist minstrel show.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like take it deathly seriously.
No, yeah, that's basically exactly what it is.
In order to destroy this artifact and wrest some power back from the fuck is this Welcher's ass? Frumar, right?
Yes.
And wrest some power stolen by Frumar back to the light of Idra, I must take this blade to the eye.
He's going to look at you, nod somberly, but we must be quick.
Indeed.
His spies have planned a move on that very same eye. We believe it to be tonight. We will need your aid, brother.
And you shall have it. Mine and my kin.
Also, just so you know, if anybody doesn't understand old-ass, like, old Elven, or, like, can bullshit it reasonably, no idea what the fuck is going on.
Oh, okay.
Patton's doing like, like someone looks up to Patton, he like points a gun, like, "Hey, what's up?" Like he's doing finger cuts, but with a revolver. He doesn't fucking know what he's doing.
Jerry's like brushed his hair forward a bit to like look a little bit more emo.
Jerry knows a little bit of this stuff. A little bit.
Extremely little bit. I'm just following Elias's lead and kind of like trying to amplify it a bit because I don't feel like it's pulling my teeth as much.
John's just struggling with the mask.
All of those, like the farms and stuff, those are upturned. There's a couple of buildings that look very clearly burnt out. As you guys walk by, people are, shutting their doors. You see some people, like there's people yelling from some windows. There's a lot of people cheering and throwing rocks at that one guy who is still just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
As you guys are getting closer to that main big ol' citadel, which looks very different from how it looked yesterday.
Much more evil and imposing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So, as you guys approach, the guy that you're with is going to, like, get to the main door there, and without dismounting, he's going to just flip his spear around and just, like, knock on the door with the butt of the spear a couple of times. Someone is going to open it very slightly, look up at him, narrow the eyes, look back at you, and who are they? The guy who you were with is just going to move aside and gesture to you guys. Like, come on.
All right.
Strike menacing
I'm going
poses.
to take a dagger out of my pouch, slice just like a really thin slice across my left hand, and then press the bloody left hand to my shirt, like the breast, and then show the bloody hand and say, "The bright blood of Idra flows betwixt us both."
What he said.
He's gonna look at you, look at the handprint. A scholar. A spy.
And then I'm going to basically
So they were
stand
successful.
back. Oh, okay, good. Cool. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, we went and spied on the bad guys. Remember?
You shall have to forgive my kin here. I rescued them from deep within the Underdark.
They aren't some of Frumar's type, are they?
You dare doubt my word? And I
He's a dark
flourish.
brother.
My heart is as black as my feathers.
And then, okay, so now I'm going to step back and kind of like allow my cloak to billow and hiss for the guy next to us to avert your eyes, and I'm going to flourish the dagger again.
Which one?
The cool, spooky, cut-a-door and things dagger.
All right. So he's gonna look at that, like shut the door slightly again.
And then I'm gonna put it
A relic
back
that
underneath.
may be, but what of them? Unmask them.
All right.
I am the damned of another. I seek to share the tales.
That's gonna be in real broken,
I follow.
broken high elvish.
Ah,
Like a
Yeah.
medium elvish.
I seek to share the tales. I follow Idra now.
he's gonna look, tilt his head, and respond in like the old school high elven. I've never heard of one of these other cursed. He just straight up did not process that this guy was that Giron was not speaking the same language as him.
Yeah, he just assumes it's high elvish because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, and seemed to have understood perfectly.
Okay, I'm also going to like brush aside the hair that I had
And
brushed
as-
forward and reveal one
as-
of my eyes as like pure black.
It's edgy. Oh god, it's
As
great.
he does that, I'm going
going-
to step forward and say, "Such is the way of the Underdark. There are many curses we know not."
All right, are you gonna take off their damn masks though?
Yeah,
Not taking off my mask.
take off the fucking mask. God damn it, John! I've had it with this.
Okay.
it's like Elias is driving a car. He's just like flailing his hand in the back to hit me and John. If I love your shit.
Play along.
I wanted to do a whole like grouchy plague doctor at the playground thing, but like
Yeah,
I'm
do
really
it.
not feeling
Do
it
it.
now. I'm not feeling it now.
You can still do it. You just gotta weave it into the edgelord story we're doing.
I barely understand. There's a good guy, and they were immortal, and then Welch's like fruit snacks stole their immortality. And
Here's
we
all
like
you-
the previously immortal guy.
Idra good, fruit snacks bad.
We have skulls on our caps.
Yeah,
Okay, I understand.
just be as edgy as possible.
Okay. Fuck.
Do you want
John
Pat to go
can't be
first?
edgy. John is too much of a
Literally,
good boy.
I can't.
Literally, all
It
they
doesn't
asked was
work.
to take off the masks.
Yeah.
So this guy is now looking.
Okay, I think
at
I've got it. Okay, I think I've got it. I won't take off this mask. Old fruit snacks spreading plagues around. You know, I'll have to check you and everyone else here.
Did you take off the damn mask?
They could have spread the plague to anyone. Everyone's in danger, and you can't take off this mask. I'll get sick, and then who will save you? As I like shake my wooden stick for keeping people away at him.
The curse can spread. Terrifying.
These are dark tidings indeed. I can't fucking do this.
I bring you one rescued from Frumar's own nefarious medical encampments. Forced to work his dark curse, but now freed.
A fell doctor.
I can't fucking.
A plague spreader.
Turn to Idra's own light.
The Leper King.
The Leper King. He's just going to, under his breath, repeat, the Leper King.
The Leper King.
Jesus Christ.
Quickly now. We must bring this fell artifact to the eye to destroy it.
Haste, we've work to do.
I'm sorry for doubting you, brother.
All right, just open the door.
Yeah, he's opening the door. You guys going?
Okay, so
I like how Patton got away without saying
He
a damn
said,
thing.
"Yeah, play." He said the Leper King.
he did.
I was calling John the
Oh.
Leper King.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean that's an intimidating name. Patton has like notes about his edgy like 12-year-old OC when he didn't get to use a goddamn bit of it. He is
I'm sure
not
it'll come
having,
up.
he is straight up not having a good time.
As we go inside, I
Yeah.
want to be like, leaning on my wooden stick for keeping people away. It's my stick now. And kind of have like a hunched back and like a slight limp. And be all like gnarled and stuff.
Yeah, playing it up.
This is my character now.
All right. So, as you guys walk into the main area, the little gangly worm tongue looking dude throws open the main doors, and inside, boy howdy, what a surprise! You see who is very clearly the big guy from last time.
Oh, God damn it.
Totally not Elias's relative spider person.
Oh yeah, he's very that guy. He looks pretty much the same, except he looks like a lot younger now for some reason. And there is currently a man in the process of just, let's say, tenderizing him with a knife. Just a lot of times.
Cool. Don't care. None of this is real.
He's right in the middle of like the main throne room as or like, you know, the main thing, like right underneath the eye, and he turns to you and starts to scream as he gets like just, you know, the absolute shit stabbed out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And the assassin pulls down the mask. It's that guy from before.
Who was riding on the dragon?
No, it's the guy from before that like showed up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to point his blade at you. You will return what you stole from Lolth.
And, okay, so when he points at me, I'm going to pull out the dagger and then just, like, smirk the edgiest smirk possible and then wrap the dagger up in, like, fucking whatever ceremonial looking ass cloth that I have and then pack it back into my pocket and stride confidently towards the eye.
You should radio them now.
Yeah, radio them. I'm radioing them. Do it. I'm trying to do a bit here, Jerry. You radio him.
Okay, I'll radio them. I'm gonna radio
All
them.
right. Hey, are you guys okay out there? Kind of looking in there. Looks like you're in the middle of a murder scene.
Yeah, looks like this one guy is getting murdered. How about this other guy that just said we stole something gets murdered as well?
Confirmation? Is that a confirmation?
Do it now. Do it now.
Let's get closer to the eye.
Hang up. Through a back window that is like adjacent to one of the eyes, you're just gonna see a little quick bolt fly through, break the window, go straight through this dude's head. Like,
Is there? How many people are in this room with us?
right now you can only see that guy.
All right, so I'm going. As soon as that bolt hits, I'm going to scream, "Frumar's spies are among us! Protect the eye!" And then John fucking grab the goddamn thing.
So as you say that,
I'm hobbling.
through some of the windows that are like all around the place, and from that one guy who was getting the shit stabbed out of him, right? Mm-hmm. That guy is going to rise up, like stand up, put his hand to his face, and then from the handprint, like, you know, dark inky blood is going to go down until his, like, you know, face melts off and reveals like the drow face beneath.
That's like really fucking racist. That's like really racist.
Yeah, they're drows, so fuck them. Who cares?
You can't say that.
So you've seen through our dark deception. My brothers, attack! As a bunch of dudes are going to rappel through the windows, breaking them. They're gonna stand out with like some double daggers and like some bows. You see like a bunch of like spidery looking dudes come through, and man, this looks a lot like some of the old war propaganda that was really just kind of fucked up.
You're making us do combat in like...
The drow are monsters. They eat children.
We are Popeye in that cartoon where he beats up the Japanese.
Basically. No, yeah, like...
Only you can slap a Jap.
You looked at this, like, a painting of this in, like, your cultural studies class is like, this is very clearly bullshit and very racist.
So it's us looking like we're on the fucking cover of Doom, like shooting all these dark elves, as they called them.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up, and yeah, this is where it's actually gonna turn into a fight, as that guy who was getting stabbed turns out that was all a ruse. He was a troll the whole time. What?
It's crazy how storytelling works.
I like that we're playing like the most. This is like a double troll because this is a shitty campaign inside of a good campaign.
Inside of a shitty campaign.
Like, I could have delivered those lines dead seriously in a completely different D&D game.
I like how the dumbest shit that we've done is pretending to be really edgy.
That was very enjoyable. Roll initiative, right?
Yes, this will be a fight. Next time
on Dungeons and Dragons.
And it's gonna have, just a heads up, it's definitely gonna have a whole mechanic where the whole point is gonna be getting the football and then running the football away, and
hike.
And there's definitely those guys. They ain't gonna stay dead if you kill them.
You know what else refuses to stay dead? Oh, well, actually, Michael already said it. But Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast. You can find the show on YouTube, iTunes. Google Play is going away, so it's Google Podcasts now, and like YouTube Music. Anyway, you can find them there. Discord in the description, Patreon in the description. I'm going to be putting up a recap video for Revival soon, as we're approaching the last few episodes of the first season. So keep an eye out for that, and it'll be a good refresher and a good way to try to get people onboarded on to such a beefy series. So thanks for listening. We love each one of you guys, and I hope you have a blessed day.